Ebusemo bibi akwa ba infamra platform we yeso aha Pinaxtv na yegye nkonwa se dia no se ensemo a ekoso ewo Ghana ha eni aman hodo so na yede ebro. Now fresh updates are eba concerning nanoada helicopter crash see ye ewo uniku ewo tema committee 1 site 17 no ho ensem foforo eboboba na ebusia said ye nyina ye nimu no Emranti ana womo eti helicopter ni mu a ekohwe forma ehye ya kyese omobody ni hye beyond recognition no sabe de nhwehwe mu akoso ama identity of the guys no ababeto emontenso emranti no eni Elijah ena yeketo no ena penny no Frank Donko na emranti we abusia it will shock you to know say womo papa a very prominent man of God e wo Ghana krodwem hanum say ya okra nipa dom e wo na sorry a sebe yetete kra say the current running mate and as I say presidential candidate the Emma NPP no Dr. Bawumia, the former vice president ne spiritual father ene ono which as time goes no will be delving more into it. Intuition screen way so or say with God everything is possible. Bawumia to worshippers at Hebron prayer camp. Into Hebron prayer camp screen so that is how big the church is and that is how massive a nipa ewosa asori dino emu. Now Hebron prayer camp no Elder Frank Donko edia now no and apparently na man for echema where Dr. Bawumia and the spiritual father and this is the reason nti somewhere 2024 and ye beto abano Bawumia ekopie mu ewo Hebron prayer camp honoma and semni bi enegu screens no so no or vice president Dr. Bawumia reaffirmed his faith in God during a visit to the Hebron prayer camp at midday in the Nsawuma Dwejuri constituency on Tuesday morning, addressing thousands of worshippers who have been engaged in days of prayers and fasting for the nation. Dr. Bawumia expressed gratitude and sought their continued prayers as Ghana approaches the December 7th general election. I've been told that over the past days you have been praying and fasting for the country, and I want to thank you. May God listen to your prayers and may He also bless you, Dr. Bawumia said. In some way, Bawumia numa sema wode tuja Samuel 2024. Ebra okopie mu e Hebron prayer camp wo medie ensawumu kwantempono eso. Apparently Elder Frank and anema Ekunya sa akwencha na me no ka say there are videos of Dr. Bawumia ebra okopie mu wo Hebron no. Let's just take a quick look at it. Yeba more updates. Is a video of Dr. Bawumia ebra okopie mu ewo Hebron prayer camp honoma say no ensem ni beto odwa say identities of the guy no ebeto emonten so said they are the children of Elder Frank Donko awe the founder and leader of Hebron prayer camp no and amafuchim the way the year abeto Bawumia pono so because they have a correlation omhuni say papa no eboa Bawumia ewo mpaibo mu pa during the 2024 elections. Now yehwe ebra ensemi said the two bodies no Frank Donko and Elijah Donko Elder Frank Donko Nimba Embemano. There've been a lot of conversations as I say Abeton Montenso and even videos are popping up. It was apparently Frank Donko our captain can say Captain Frank Donko or a pilot by profession for the past 15 years and washa say movie planes in helicopter any idea and this is something or mutai eye omo de boy pro sometimes they go with their friends any other because we share internet ne so a ensem ne bi eba ne chemu a some friends are even coming out with videos omo chem say oh Captain Frank and a man experience the tourist adventure said the name dry you be macrace can adventures parts because that particular helicopter no the umutimidi no for tourists for adventure any other day videos are popping up some of the videos no apparently happens to be a timer na Captain Frank any in your bema na womo etu helicopter no womo edi a movie around that it is presumed said these are some of the videos they did prior to their demise yenko na inkushe video nimra. Abusia, that is a year Captain Frank don't call any a year now for any union until we video no can you could see a write up on the video and say Captain Frank, I can't move, I mean I fly with you and your brother Elijah again and I am from currency and identity to say a idea or more a Frank and Nunua Bema Elijah or a fresh graduate ye chairman and senior and Owie a university or de fish farm friend saying fish farming aka ho a wo ye fish farming in kakra and they say at rencham way at omo amai na me wo e kase de wo mo efi ati asefo asase. So this is another video on your screen since we share screens or say Captain rest well you gave me the best advice to stay focused into some of a year mechanic say sympathizers and in namfofo a wo mo eben Captain Frank and in nua my Elijah no they've started bringing out some of the videos what him say they flying no idea wo mo tie pa they usually go on this flying adventure ne ade and at this time around no fofia ntwata plane no ekwohwe form ewo oniku tema committee 1 site 17 a wo mo ede atwa nana no me wonsie do. It's very sad that this is happening and there are more updates eba with regards to Captain Frank and ni nua be my Elijah. As for Elijah say dem di kan and yamaya ase say he's a fresh graduate into ono utim say he's very young we school ncheye afi na chesenka brabo ne kra wo bebo ne yi a one starting the fish farm ni ade but then with Captain Frank no abusia another update popping up about him efa the marital status just like 7 months ago they see ewo yera omane buama the former and late defense minister no and omo accident to see and you realize that there were some of the captains Obikra warrior was just 1 month pet and at no it looks like history has repeated itself here because according to investigations banache say Captain Frank ono so warrior 3 months more in December ni mu na otai not warrior abusua na aware na efe ye enyasem ketwa just fresh marriage 3 months pepepepe they say ne yere no warrior no wadani kunani now yenhwe video of ne marriage ceremony na ekoso ewo ha ye ba ye Abusia, this is a very sad one. These are excerpts from a year the marriage ceremony of Frank Donko. Now there are more videos to a year our or warrior. We could see sena a nije abefi, but just 3 months areho assign esimubi. Now she said the nanense no many to have someone like him as a husband ne papa ne ade a year senior Frank Donko. Omunyina said omudium huji awari anymore. It's very sad. You could see that this is a very, very big hit to both families. Now we have a video of that. Yebeko na yakoshe sa video no enso. Abusia yeba komo no yebetwa so ede amamu.
The new couples in town, Mr. and Mrs. Duncan.
Abusian for a year Frank captain Frank Donko na warrior course so in December no and I share some of the videos they caught. You realize how happy na ebusian for ne eye ni jemro so we share the environment ni atmosphere na just 3 months into the marriage, you know, akwakoye from jubilation to mourning. Now, to say yare oko internet, and so are there lots of videos I'm for edeba out with regards to Captain Frank, na warrior was just omoye no. What me say? Aya man for ya Hebron, prayer camp church members, even some Pentecost for be crown. So edi omuwa jimo omo de omo ya consem any condolence ema enko for. Now, yebekwa ko share video of the marriage ceremony. Ebusian ba yebetwa so.
Hey.
Abusia, quite sad. I mean, and you will be a die soon, and I say, Nisu Adi Hunu say, or be worried na 3 months, Nikunu ebe free mo, and Tiania Mrs. Donko, 3 months, ya obey ye no, a man for a day ya consem, a day a man. Na papa no, a ye manu ye chere, a ye elder, Frank. And Donko. Most people will be wondering who this man is. Apparently, no, Shishemu Echema, na oye Pentecost elder, ma papa, na ye uko Pentecost, chese, and yen sinefem, and I chese, because of menteme huasene near mebia, according to sources, not chese, or any Pentecost, sorry, no principles, ni doctrines, ni adebia, na inche ye no, ma a elder Donko etene hua, Hebron prayer camp came into the limelight and they arehosem way atono. So this has gotten a lot of Pentecostal church members and a Pentecost for binuma womunso edi omoya consem edi amano. But then we have a video of elder Frank Donko a Hebron prayer camp. For those of us that don't know him, yenshe video wimbra.
Efinne wabra boy yenshira ejidi fon kan wan sambom na niamo yal mani che ho one day week ya one day sister bi ba he ni braso a obekọ national service we university se den o na dwem kano odu ha 3 days enra kwa adwuma enya me na me ya hu but me wa barimba bi ni dini Jesus obinga hey Jesus kwaya ofa so ye minim bani minim say at the mention of the name Jesus every knee bow to the sorry bow some yata temu yatempa me shenya me san wedwuma na menti ase be me ko babu na me wu say onipa bia o hia Jesus no na bra boss say ye ye bono asennwem ye didadwa abon nsem Jesus Christ wo benkum ni nifa de boduem bra ana wode nsoi chew ehye ni ti na Bible say na enko papa nsoi ni wodi ti hu na enko ana obi ko fa dua na ode boso na tumi wura ni ti mu ye na wo bo na chi mai ana o say ampa yen yar wani nyina wa fa o hwe Jesus nanimu a unya dan kwan na bra sa asemia no so no bo dane na chi a mbai na wodi twitwa no no esa yen yar wani nyina enna sa wo yar wani sa wo yar wachi sa wo yar wuti Bible say yen yar wani nyina wa fa ni apa yarsan sorry po sem yedede ayarsaba say asennua no so no soja fo ne say omo check na onwu ye papa ebra otiem it is finished. Every problem in your life is finished today. Hey, we see that in
Ebusia elder Frank Donko awada Hebron prayer camp wo me de insawuma dredri kwantempono S0ns and I just say ye share video of him. So this is just for us to know the manner say ne mamienu efri mu ye nhwehwemu na say elder Frank Donko is almost 60 years and I say with this 60 years it's quite unfortunate say ne mamema say be sabe nkomo be afekwa no mo be hwe mo papa yie no watwa na nkra ne mom akwakoto nananom ewo nsiedo. Now there've been a report on how events unfolded kwanye fa so a sa akwenhya we see emema no the two guys they are on your screens Frank and Elijah Obi any nua very very nice gentlemen but home that they had to die in such an incident. Now you better go tell a report of how this issue about the plane crash it unfolded, more about Elisha and Captain Frank ayenim no nyina was a report we emu ye bejebre na yetie emu ensem ye ba ye beto aso
omo etimono yes say kane so for penny bia na owo Pentecost asafo ne mo your friend Elder Frank meba Donko yes Elder Frank Donko me machine no jeje me kai sa papa ne pa yes and yes one na da sa prayer camp we anom Hebron prayer camp yes say any followers pa na mamienu ene wo mo nti ba ko Captain Frank Donko ono ena ye panyini ana afi ni nwa ketoa enso eka no ho na de ema ne ya reho krampo ne se Captain Frank Donko ya ono na etwumi wiemhyen woni na chiri be ya omo akwakofremu yi ya se December 16th ye twam ya na oware yo December 16th ya last year December 16th ana oware ye ana afi ni nwa no so wi university nso enche ya wasan so de kua adwuma aka ho kro wasan so fish farm yi bi ne yakeka ka ho nti omumienu omu ya ejakoro ema ana omumienu nyina endo adawe mhyen kwatetoye no omakwa kofrimu ya no so beka ya de kwatetoye be 8 months ago no eno nso captains ne ba akona no so ba akwa ware wie ya no nso anche ana no nso okan nipa mwotwe a me senior bro samabwaje na oka ho no nti we nso Captain Frank Donko ono nso 16th December no ho and we ware ya check ya barely be for 3-4 months mu ni tin say aware no cry fresh and say ono nso waka creating nananom won say do fufi antoata ya akoya areho 17 no o ma no mu wom ni sisi ya yehu o manuanom mienu obi ni na chiriba ana
na omoti
wiemhyen ni mu akoya areho 17 said the tiel
na eno sa wiemhyen no ya de han ana say yo mo dia
ebi di ma han ebi nso wan so weska so atimi kotobi na akoje to me the free aviation for ho ene mpanifo mo na hwe ewiem akone ebedi ho nti
na de nam so ba ni seaport ne de enya meto
I kawo omo mo hwe international aviation for no so no mo mra no em se we kura mpo no nimanim ya no this di nakakra ansana ababe 30 days ana se month ntemo but se die be hu die course wan kasa no we se any black box ni bi on se we mhyen bia o black box no na record die course so we mhyen nya no we ni bi ntimpanifo and empanifo ko sin ho kire se omo gada here say eyewitnesses ekwohwe ho kane no na omo de be ye investigation ana afei record no makosesa no omo keka kane ma boma omo tim hu bia ha na kwatifiri ho a ema we mhyen no fort ba ye ana se engine no fort bi na ba to maka kane nyina abom na omo investigation de abanti no we mhyen teto a enimani preliminary report ne de ana be 30 days or some months bi na eno aba na emum so per report pa factual report ne de it is about 2 years nti we de bi ni se we ni ye ketwa san de bia na ankwa ankoduru sa ti enne mpanifo akọ bambo mpanifo akọ ha omo sha ase yehwemu na emum the most important thing is say enipa na omotimo no ana yehu won abusua
okay yema bushane sedin pa titiro ne elder elder Donko ya
sad one. Now yemfree ensem way so na yenkopi mu ensem foforo mu a yebeka se efunu a wabre pa ewo Ghana hanom si ebi nsida da de lumba nifunu efunu ya bre from day one a owu ye ama ye ni wuachi a yesie ni nyina efunu da so bre na no ade beto odwa se enkranfo a wo mo ewo Nungua gbogbu wulomo wato nsa afre abusuapani to park se wo mra na wo manya ne nteye se Dade Lumba ni funu no ewo eye enkran wo mo asase so no mbebusa no nsem no anyi ano ena me ne wo kase eye spokesperson me che okasamafo a wo kasa edema gbogbu wulomo a wo ye Nungua hene no wo de nsem ya beto dwa se Dade Lumba busuafo ni nim anase busia penny to park nim dia eni omo ma na nya ne ho nte ase se Dade Lumba funu no omu sieye ewo Nungua asase so no ye pene so a enye yie ye gitumu a enye yie na chese etia wo mo amamra ne o mamane se wo metimi asie Dade Lumba ni funu no ewo ye Nungua asase so na de nkomo twetwe bebra bebi chese sesen na adan enipa bebre wuo won kran ha a ebinu wo ho a wo hwe mu nchi a se hwini ade kra yesie wo mo won kran ha na ba ne se na Lumba de ne yesie no wo ha enye yie enti amafo ochemu a na chese bibi akoso na emomansa na ebeto ansem no so no eye kasamafo edema eye gbogbu wulomo ne nsem a wode etu dwa no yenko na yenkotie no emra
regarding the illegal burial of Dade Lumba in the soil of Nungua. It is not permissible. That very body must be exhumed and the place for it must be taken to. So, we are sorry. The intended meeting that we wanted you to come and cover will not come on. Like I said, all the allegations that we have intercepted, both by the press, the print, and the electronic media, and then what you call, we don't know, you said what, you call yourself blockers and whatever. All the allegations that have come up, we are tapping and then see to dismiss all. Like I said, after those have been dismissed, then we can invite you to come and then cover what we are going to sit down with and you put it on the air. So thank you very much for coming over in your numbers. Thank you very much for giving us this respect of your invitation. Thank you again very much.
Abusia okasama for edema gbogbu wulomo awoye wohinepon of that Nungua community no ano na ekweti ni nsema ode tudwa na chese ochema baby a wo musie Dade Lumba no munko tufunu no emfemfiri ho because omamamre ene omamane en makwan se sa efunu no ewo se yesie no ewo Nungua asase so enti ene abusuafo no wo mo amomate omo ho ase so wo ntutu efunu no emfemfiri ho na no ena na medi kan ye no ede nkomo twetwe bebre aba amafo chem se how where sesen adan akosua se wane papa shi mu ne mama China mo niema na wo mo ye no wo mo abe kampanifo nsem ana mo abe prampanifo nsem ana because this doesn't add up to them. These are some of the conversations koso e social media and according to some section of Ghanaians no mu hu ne say ade we de omote ase a enye ye because Dade Lumba funu nye funu is not the only corpse and say no kwa nye funu asebe efiri bi a atwea ba bia na Kumasi abonten so kofodua western region north ni ade a yesie won kran asase so entamo ye nza ne mpese mo che se efunu bi a won fin kran no yenkotutu ana na nipa ba ko no nso de ne ho gi nkomo twetwe ni mu no Queen Afia Schwarzenegger from the day go Afia Schwarzenegger has always been talking about Dade Lumba ne ye na ye ne wofa na say na nsem we beto odwa na Afia chem say ahimfu we wo gidi pass se bibi akoso wo closed door back doors eno na nananom ahimfu nso say ne Afia Schwarzenegger gina ye because evidence be na wo ye ti we Dade Lumba busuafo mra ye hwe obi amfa aponchi wo dwan sika de bi ambre obi a enti asem na wo ka no we will take you on no so abeye nsem foforo e wo Ghana hanum say now said the omode ensem no etu dwa no yenko na yenkuti
shini wota e bi ene wota shin ye kusuna yue mo ikomeke ba atashin ake gwabo ni kusum feloi ke ogain ama metami wo shini wota yue mo krede wosumo wo kejipo bona fe ni wo wo lo gbalo ike meni amehu amesumo ameke yue mo amaje manse amehu amena yue mo kona ameke ya ni bi piete no keje shini wota kechonye shike wo be ko ehi kunu wacha wonu chumono. Briefly, I announced to the leadership. When I say leadership, I'm talking about the traditional leadership. We are sitting not only as Nungua, but we have leadership covering the entire Gadangwe. So you must know that this very sitting is not just Nungua, but we are representing the entire Ga and the Dangbe. We have information coming from various angles. And information coming from various angles, people are alleging that cows and cattle and whatever had been given to the traditional leaders of Nungua. Some are also alleging that monies have been given to Nungua concerning this very matter of the burial of Daddy Lumba in the soil of Nungua. We are saying that you, the pressmen or the media, some people describe you as bloggers. We don't know of all these terms. But what we are saying is that nothing like the family of Daddy Lumba has donated anything like cows and bulls and whatever. Nothing has been done. We haven't seen them yet. And this is what we are putting across so that you can tap this very information and then give it out. Then number two, so was heard saying that it is legal for a dead body to be buried in his or her own home. This is also trending. We want to tell you that there is nothing like that, and the Gadangbe doesn't take it in. For a person, like I said the other day, for a person to be buried in his home, that person must be of royalty. And that person again should have this kind of burial when the entire stool has agreed that this very royal must be buried in his home. If you are a royal and you come from another tribe different from the Ga and the Dangbe, your royalty limits you to where you come from. But coming to Ga Dangbe, don't think that you share the same position with the people of Gadangbe. You are limited with your royalty to the town or the country that you come from. If you are a royal in your area of sojourning, you cannot be allowed in the land of Gadangbe to be buried in your home. If you come from Luanda, go to Luanda and let your body be there. If you want to remain here among the Gadangbe, we have a cemetery for you to go there. This is how it is with royalty and matters pertaining to royalty. Number three, we also heard of a lady. She has a fear and a gem intercepted, both by the press, the print, and the electronic media, and then what you call, we don't know, you said what, you call yourself blockers and whatever. All the allegations that have come up, we are tapping and then see to dismiss all. Like I said, after those have been dismissed, then we can invite you to come and then cover what we are going to sit down with, and you put it on the air. So thank you very much for coming over in your numbers. Thank you very much for giving us this respect of your invitation. Thank you again very much. We like you, we love you, we appreciate the work that you are doing, and again, try next time, those of you who cannot speak the Ga language, and learn the Ga language. But our problem again is that sometimes when you are taking pictures, don't limit your pictures on the one speaking.
Yeah, the spokesperson Edema Gbagbu Wolume our Nungua Heneno any tenants and my de etu janache say speculations or majiji bibi ni adie and they are trying their possible best to work on amount for womodisa and semna betu janache say fia shasniga ne ho akwako bomu ebi. Now moving on to other issues, one of the current issues are urgent high Ghana ha and it cuts across the various ages, because mothers are concerned, fathers are concerned, and the people involved are concerned. The recruitment exercise are echoso into the various security services. Now there were conversations. The number of people are befa any idea yet say emergency meeting akoso ama mampeni edeni ho ajimu awoche mu se nipedodo a ombese omo no mumfe binye den enka ho enti first nanka 20,000 for a period of 4 years. They say omo de 40,000, meaning that womo ebefa 10,000 every year. Enti they say afi we ya womu 2026 10,000 recruits and a year recruit akọ the various services na emu na no and Ghana Armed Forces mpanimfo ede aba to just said the first batch of recruitment ase na womo press release and womo de aba to screens there are 2 screens so ede amount until let's take our time and go through nsemo a free Ghana Armed Forces mpanimfo ho aba was issued by the Department of Public Relations General Headquarters Bema Camp Accra. Obasia was the first batch of Ghana Armed Forces recruits to commence training into recruiter womo pass the various stages from body selection to documentation to aptitude test to medicals womo eba be share womo training ase. Was said the Ghana Armed Forces wishes to inform the public that it has completed the selection of 2,000 recruits, being the first in the series of 4 batches. They say Ghana Armed Forces far a year a nipa baku 2,000 sebe we and a womo far omo or say first in the series of 4 batches. And the batches ne 4 no a yearly into the first batch now omo funded this year 2,000. Or say the selected personnel who have been invited to report at their various selection centers across the 16 regions of the country for their appointment letters and prospectus on Wednesday, 18th March 2026 at 0900 hours into 9 a.m. Wasem NIA, which is today. Into omu passing yafa omono baby a ukoye center ye dema wona we say ene ukopiemu ewo ho na ukoje wo krata e chese yafa and afi nso prospectus a obehwemu ede atoto niema wo de ebeko training grounds ehonom enti eto so say all potential applicants who had curable medical issues at the medical stage are encouraged to seek medical attention, as they would be invited again for a review at a later date at no cost. Inti ebi mo ho a mo call medicals hu se bia boa neseno ehihim kakra bia ye screws bi bomu ebe eni echem se safo ni nyina adiare bi nketinketi bi a wo call medical no ye hu ya omunnim se wo de kwayare sabia ye betimi aso ano e de ama wo no omo kire omo se omonko na omonko ne yenhwe emomo mrepam no omesan e de date foforo beba wo mo beko amaya hwe omo asebisika sembi anyeden embemu. Meanwhile, selected potential recruits for the first batch include 18 personnel who got injured during the Elwak Stadium stampede last year. 5 others were sponsored by the families of the deceased during the Elwak stampede. Into Ushemwa, Omuchemwa, Nano. Stampede de see ye Elwak Stadium enam so ema enipa bebre prepare no mu chemu se emudun woche eka sa 22,000 ya sebe wo mo efa wo mo no ehom ena enipa enum bi wo honoma wo mo nso no wo share was sponsored by the families of the deceased during the airwork stampede inti na chese wo mo nso eka ho ebie na chese say no bosha ye Ghana ye mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama share ye say wo mo prepare ye no ne wo mo ye ne be replacement ne ade ni nyina no wo mo ahwe ede wo manum asem eso na ye to aso e wase o say Ghana Armed Forces expresses its gratitude to all the 16 regional administrations for their immense support that enabled this year's exercise to be organized at the regional level in line with government's directive of sending recruitment to the doorstep of potential applicants into Mutrema. Yeman told Dunsia Nina no, you say a fee recruit now, ye no, na bebia no, station be honoma sebe. Na omo ebi koso ho enti mpanimfo eda no wo ho no ma omutumi hwe ye ema recruitment exercise no course no na womo ede aseda ema womo wose Ghana Armed Forces assures all remaining applicants to remain calm as it continues the selection for the remaining badges enti ebia yemfa o apply ye yemfa pass it out but yemfrɛ wana se bibi omuchemu se adwebre o nya abotoye mu isan se ade no mugusu a womo ye ni in badges bit bad bit in kakra into way a first batch the next time no the next batch and so better so you could be part of the next batch into the nyane say ubenya abutre. The military is pleased to indicate that it has a pool of young applicants who scored high marks during the aptitude test and will therefore make selection from the pool of subsequent recruitment exercises beyond this year. Into Mutrema aptitude test, so here, Womokotron, Wabe from 10 times no, Mebununi bebre and a bomb homodini echaye, Womo Esha Womobo say, and Rekone Nimuno, I feared that Nimuno, or Mombe form. No ebetimi abane se sankofo ni nyina ebeka ho ebia ye befa omo ama omo nso ayeden akọ omo training no omo pass out aba besom eye o man Ghana. So finally the directive on facilitating recruitment for persons from Sikaman in the Ashanti region who assisted the military during last year's helicopter crash rescue operation is under consideration for the second batch of training. Until Trema Nanwada a helicopter crash is see enam so ema yero ma ne boa ma yera Samuel Aboaje ene omo keka ho efri mu no wo mo hye wo mo bo se nipa binum e wo ho mo boa ye ema mutimi yiyi emu no body na ahye ne ade boa ye no wo mo be fa ebinum ewo eye asra ejuma no emu eno no mo de atodwa se it's the operation is under consideration for the second batch of training na chese omugusu a eno nso omudi hu nkomo eye hu hwehwemu sebe afie da ye nimu no anase second batch for na ye befa omo no sankrofo no womo ebefa omo nso ede aka ho ama omo nso akotwe ni bi nti krata we efie Ghana Armed Forces ye Mame Veronica Ajo ahen wono na ye captain Ghana Navy nensa ehye ase nti me ne okase de na chese atadwe ye nuanom binom ate denne ani nyina no ekowie se recruitment exercise no ekoso ede ama omo no omo de omanyo muti adidim ama 2000 ye select ye no they happen to be part of it enche nei omo kwaje womo enkrata ye appointment letter na womo asanso akwaje eye womo prospectors o mbehwe so atotototo mo niema ebehia womo a mo de beko eye training grounds onom stampede for no bosha mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehye womo no wadi so pepepepepepe sankofo dun wotwe no yafa womo aka ho a sebi womo mu free mu no kra no so ye share bose womo busuafo bi no mo betimi aba be hye mu as replacement eno nso womo edi hu dwuma. Now finally wo share nkrata ni mu ano omo kasa about helicopter crash see 7 months ago no eno nso emu nipa omo boaboa ye Sikaman wa Ashanti region no omo nso second badge no ye befa omo enti we ne nsem asese abeto apono so efa helicopter recruitment exercise no into the various security services no emu. Now yen konsem foforo eso ede a nano ada arehosem we see ye ewo eye kumase ne twire mu anachese ntafo bi ahwe wo mo enkwa ebusia abeye arehosem amanfo bebre eka hwasem ewo eye social media no, so it's quite unfortunate the ama nkofo eka wasem is the mere fact say yin nenim center for award e wo modakro na se omunyina besen wu ama yesie wo mu abomu no na akwakoye topic for discussion. There've been a lot of stories behind the demise of these ladies ebinu mo chese do she nursing uniform ne di kan free mu and apparently no ni nua ba no nso free mu a abeye arehosem ama ebusuafo a emofrei anase emaba we wo modehia wo mafiri mu. So the conversation have been on Bissue chem say ya kwenhia ne ade but it's quite unfortunate say entafo ebaye ebomu no ye besa nso esie wo mo on the very same day ni nyina akwakoye ensem bebre. So it's very sad was ensem way and this is what has brought a whole lot of conversation with social media no. So ebi say areho, yes, it is very sad say BBC ebesi ewo woman no emu ene asantememu a womunamfofo ni ade de they keep mourning and posting them on social media just to show their condolence to ebusuafo a ade ato wo mu eni. Ebusuafo konsem foforo eso said they now know ye de etu dwa say Ghana Mampani His Excellency the former Nana Dankwa Ekufuadom mpanimfo no as a AU election observers mission say omobekwa kopie mu ewo Congo mine emu akwakọ share omo abato a omo ekwa akoto no said the niama besifa akọ eni ade na akoso ama me no ka say Mampani Dada Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado wabekasa nsem bi atodwa efa abato ya AU mpanimfo wo mo se ono na ye itire anase ono no ye pania woda the African Union Election Observers Mission for ne ho omukopi mu Congo no ene obekasa fa omudwumedi omudie no eho eni adade a amafo chem se enti Ekufuado we ya sebe wono oye mampani wo Ghana hey abato ho nsensem bebre ayawa so west ne kasoa ne adade moyi se nipa we se onkonkwa ye head of wine eni AU for nso de mo ya ade and it has brought a whole lot of conversation. But then yenko tiensem a nanado de etudwa ye ba ye beto ansem no so de amamu
composé de 34 observateurs répartis en 16 équipes et déployés à travers les 13 départements de la République du Congo. Ça veut dire parmi les 15, il y a 13 qui ont été servis par les observateurs. La mission se réjouit de la commission paysane et sécurisée qui a prévu tout au long du scrutin, qui a produit le résultat dans l'élection qui a été conduit dans un environnement d'ordre, de la paix et de la transparence. La mission exprime toute sa gratitude aux autorités compétentes et à la population de la République du Congo pour leur maturité politique ayant marqué le processus électoral. Et on attend maintenant le résultat qui sera prononcé par le CENI. Je voudrais donc déjà exprimer en tant que chef de mission, exprimer également toute notre gratitude à nos équipes ont travaillé sans entrave. Une déclaration détaillée assortie de recommandations sera disponible et fera l'objet d'une conférence de presse demain, ici même à l'hôtel Hilton à 13h. Enfin, à vous les représentants des médias, je voudrais vous remercier pour l'accompagnement dont vous avez fait preuve tout au long du processus. Alors ça, c'est une petite interview, entretien. qu'ils voudraient faire avant la déclaration formelle qui sera faite demain. Merci pour votre présence.
Excellence, est-ce que vous me permettez pas qu'on puisse juste avoir votre vue globale de l'observation que vous avez menée en attendant les grands détails demain? Qu'est-ce qu'on peut retenir?
Pour l'instant, c'est ça ce que je viens de dire, que ça a été conduit dans un environnement positif. Un environnement où il y a de l'ordre, il y a la paix et il y a aussi la transparence dans le processus électoral. C'est ça que, pour l'instant, on peut constater.
Merci, Excellence.
Abusia, that is the former president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and Nana or address press no and they on the job the African Union Election Observers Mission. So no, womo ekoye ewu Congo aba womo ekwakoto nimu na chese as part of their duties, they are to ensure that there is a fair and free elections. Any idea? And when a man for join womo no metiko say kum say say Akufo-Addo free and fair elections. Now, on under his regime in Ghana, did he ever let us see anything free and fair in any elections? And penifo amongst a lot of people, we Africans near dear penifo. When you be say President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo no be in his own head, dude, the whole head, not living like part of the team, but the whole head. And it has brought a whole lot of missed conversations on the internet because they became this one dear, we dear, like how? Tell us how. But at the end of the day, he is still, or he still held the position as the head of African Union election observers. And sometimes Ghana cry some of the AU election observers. So sometimes they even come out with reports on how the election went. We see some of the results on air. So equally, when you Juma Akufo-Addo amount for when they say he didn't deem fit to hold such a position and all that. But in other news and then other stories, and sema also with regards to a year OSP and a year Yankasa Yerakisi Ejabe the cases Nibino. One of them happens to be a year the Charles Bissue and the case and now Manase Azuri ni expose bi obeye ni adefa illegal mining ni ade ho no ebeto emmonten so no onipa wako na ne ho ebon ensem ni mu no Dr. Dεad Tego ana wo the former project coordinator for IMCIM wono na chese wono nso ne ho bon sa case we mu abusia apparently no okọ file for meka say a stay in the issue na ekoso no na eno na me no work say from the office of the special prosecutor no wo ma appeal court dismiss the stay application na Dεad Tego wo de ekoye now we ensem a free the office of the special prosecutor aba intuition screen on say office of the special prosecutor Ghana Court of Appeal dismisses stay application in Bissue case. The Court of Appeal Criminal Division has dismissed an application for the stay of proceedings filed by the third accused, Dr. Dεad Tego, in the case of the Republic versus Child Bissue, Raphael Mensah, and Dr. Dεad Tego. Into a more the Court of Appeal and the Criminal Division part, and application free the third accused who happens to be Dr. Dεad Tego no omo abo egu na yenyina yenim say dem di kan the case is between the Republic, Charles Bissue and afe Raphael Mensah and Dr. Dεad Tego who went to file this application omo abo egu no. Also the application sought to halt proceedings at the High Court following an earlier refusal by the trial court to stay its ruling on 9th December 2025. enti aye na de ni application no de koye no na o de ko se de be ya anka court ebema ensemo a ye die e wo high court no appeal court ni bema high court no ejai asem na wo mu edie no esan se wo mu echema waye na dwene se asem no on tiasie ne fa baby nti ene omo pese omo ya na nka hwehwemu ni ade koso ni ade ene no de asem na come appeal court said they should put a halt on the proceedings what you say eno ena omo chemu se yabo egunu to asose which directed that the first prosecution witness testify in court into the amount of the application ne koye no was when the first prosecution witness ane na yechirema enka na dance na wo ba bedie no wo begina camera mu na we di dance na ma yenyina yate ene omo se da na dede so se da onti ase eno ene ma ni dwane de ko appeal court nso abo nsem no ego se counsel for the applicant argued that exceptional circumstances justified a stay, claiming that in-camera proceedings would infringe on the accused's constitutional right to a fair and public hearing. Into omo etrema a lawyer for omo ejine mu ediama na adede ne echemu a se omo ma adansini no ekogina camera mu no okokere de hu ye de ote ye ne ade a na tese na adede no omo etietia ne fa hodie so ohwe Ghana mbra no matietia so se wono nso ebenya akwanya ye betimi edi nasem wono kredie emu. Was the prosecution opposed the motion, contending that no irreparable harm had been shown and that the High Court's ruling provided adequate safeguards to protect the accused's right and prevent any miscarriage of justice. Inti ohwe de nam so a wo mo abo asem negu sese na no mo chemu say High Court nso kwan ya no ofa so edi asem na ma na de kopie mu appeal court no na wo mo eden hyehyeye pa ene kwan pa ena na wo mo edi ye se de be ya na de ne kra sebe o betimi abo ne ho ban a emra no ebeye na adwuma pepepe te se de se without any issues bia ebe pie efri mu ayeden aba. Also, after considering submissions from both sides, the Court of Appeal concluded that the applicant had failed to demonstrate exceptional circumstances or irreparable harm. The application was therefore dismissed for lack of merit. Into mutrema application the third accused na de edeko no no kre wo mu ne say eni nyina so nyanse bi enim, it doesn't hold water because o mentimi ankyere pote say ebia High Court for brana na say nhyehyɛ o ma hyehyɛ no nsunsuanso we na de beba or how we na de beba any ade o mo anya enyinaso bia o mo betimi e de atai wo mo asem na wo mo e de koye no echi. It was say after considering so enunti eno mo bo asem na eguye now say proceedings at the High Court are expected to continue. Internet say High Court abo appeal no egu ne de na was say appeal court abo appeal no egu no de na was say High Court etoa ensem no eso. O say Mr. Bissue and 2 others are standing trial for receiving bribes and illicit gifts to unlawfully fast-track the issuance of a mining concession staker for an unlicensed company. Into the namswa ma Mr. Bissue ene Mensa ene Dr. na Dedetego omunsem we kopie court ne no ene wa se o chema Mr. Bissue na se nipa mienu we wo muti adwuma mu ena che se sika ne de beba no mo age achede ne de beba na omo age na omo apekwan bi so na sebe company bi a woni nkrata tumi a obetimi e de aye mining e wo krodua mu hanum sei no na omo de omo age na omo aye nkrata ama nipa ne so onye den onko ye ne mining no eno and I just said through Manasseh Azuri ni expose bia wo ye ni ade no the office of the special prosecutor ye rakwisi jabe da no wo mo eso mu ensem ni mo ye mu nhwehwe mu ko hu se Charles Bissue just charges a ye de abono no multiple count and I just said what the ni position ana ne row a wokita no na wode jejeje adamudie na wode nkrata omode ye mine na say be companies bi onoma they don't even have yet the right to mine and say omuni say to me no and no more to me krata so omko na ba sa no yera Richard Mensa e kan wo no na ye former systems manager de ma galam software ono nso hu bon mu bie na ye Dr. Dεad Tego a ono nso ye former project coordinator de ma IMCIM ono nso e kan ho ebie entinsam ne ba ye ne de ade a wo mo eche yera Bissue woko plead not guilty ochemu asem ne de onim ho hwe eni ade enti ya granting bail of 200,000 Ghana cedis with two sureties no na sabre de nsem na bobo aba omugusu omudi a the third accused who happens to be Dεad Tego de call appeal court say high court ne ye niam bia mfa kwamu ni ade a omu nso aboagu a sabre de asem no ebeto aso amaye hu the final end of the issue and say omudi for anase omudi bem wo kwadu a ye de abom no ehu nti ebekoso na ye di nsem we chi updates bi ebebia no ye de ebeba abesom now ye mfiri nsem we so a me no ka say asem ba ko a sese ye daga na fo bebre ano a wo social media no so a wo mo ka ne dendenden pa no efa enyinam kane a ye yusu wo Ghana hanum say across the regions 16 regions near there no they've been complaints any idea efa prepaid meters ne bo ho ni ade a whole lot of issues na man for chemu say free prepaid meter foforo no omode aba no sa prepaid meter foforo no eno run dodo e ma ye to prepaid ni ade na che say kotwi ko brema ye tete won frama mu say o abaya ye na dwen say wo besesa prepaid meters no na ya mai foforo ni ade na eno na Sadiq Adams wo ye Ghana ye nsentrofo ni mu ba ko de aba betu dwa say it is high time aban ebedo mo ho so hu se Ghana fo ayete anum se nyese ye nkrankra bi na egu ha o sebe mutimi fa ye life media agro aban bi obeba bia no epese wosesa meter prepaid meters ahodo aba ya sesa na okrom ha esewani ense ye ka kire de bia umede mbesesa meter ene ejetumu a enye yi a ono nso abebo na dwene e de ama NDC aban ene aban ahodo aba betwemu ekono enko na yenkutie ne nsema wo de tudwa
abroche ya mu mita na ebo fie no me ma kotena ba bia me koma danfo bi o me ko abroche ba bia me kotena e ko be 7 years ni ameshate ko ho mita kra unhu mita a ebo ho na nsuo ebo ho afebo hwe ade bi koso wo Ghana ha mo ye nimra so aban bia ba otumi sesa ECG meters be 4 times 3 times enye ne ekoto enye mesi ene ekoto ha enye na boy ne ekoto aban na ba na watena se aye tender ni procurement se mita na mo pe power mo betia no mekofa bia ba mekofa papa ba na aban na betutu mo mita ni nyina na amanfo ko inconvenience what wa ye se ye besesa mita what nru amate se John Jinapo e se ye besesa mita na me ko back am se Ghana no we don't learn. Me go back into memory. From 2014, eba, ya sister meter eko 9 times. Ebi ye 7 times. Tema dear, tema. Ya sister be 10 times. Meter na ebo fie no. Na eya mentiasie. 2018 almost omo ye transition to meter na event say prepaid any postpaid. Every hoba no. 2021 ye sister meter. 2023 ye sister ebi mu meter. 2024 over 450,000 meters. 2025 abaya take decision. 2026 ye sister meter. Edi me ba cho bone be na ye dia ye mo ya ne akwaji meter ne bai na me no ne atwi shape akọ China kofa meter bai na enya na ebi nti sa aban na okofa meter bai na o sign contract na oba na enya ye mpane shi obi ana na amunim se ye sika na ye san de akoto meter na na Jonjena po se ye besesa meter na busa Jonjena po 4 years ni ye asesa meter de wo be ye de me kan ye na ma de ye be 5 times 6 times meter no ho na kotoba ye power na ye yusu me rice cooker me yusu me sesa no ayire mienu no ma twa agu no ma no me so me fine eto esisu ana me chele ana madum no me nya hwi wo me fie ma me be se bob mienu ya ne bo ha ma me na ECG fo ntokwa o se bob mienu ya ne bo ha bonte ni fie
Yeah, Sadiq Adams and I could see in some way they etu jana wo trema the habitual removal of prepaid meters, change of meters, they be a movie from 1 meter to the other. Just say Ghana hanum say yentimi nya ade a ebe last like other countries kono meter baako eno na ewo ho saa obi ankosisa meter bi obi ankosisa hwe, and it's working and people don't have issues with it. But in Ghana NPP ba obesisa meter, NDC ba obesisa meter, PP, everybody that is coming wants to change something which adwene, and in view of that it has transcended to other matters because many oka say there's been a conversation about a registration of SIM cards. And also acquire another issue with regards to this whole something new. They be a way by a baby before they be a way by will change to this and we are moving to this because we no anye ye and a Danny say. And in view of that, Honorable Sam George, our communications minister and digital technology, I'm out for bonnet pa e ukro dream hanum say because during the NPP amanyuko no time no the former communications minister S0ns ebeka say oh yeah re-registration of SIM abusia ukopie mu telcos for no wo mo akache MTN Vodafone ni ade obeto sante sa na ewia hye wo na ebi mu kwa napa ni ade ebinum kra fa mu elusu o mo job because ufi o duty now kona o cha o boss scribe foot me wedi. And Sam George spoke about it and they obaye or see another registration, and this is the problem every party view baby person or the for. But then in view of that and then somewhere cost to Sam George I bet to just said this is not a re-registration, it is a registration or just or person say there was a problem with the previous one you know and until I yes I way for now you could see Sam George.
Are engaging stakeholders on the SIM registration. I'm sure that the news has made the round already that Cabinet has granted approval for the ministry to embark on a biometric SIM registration. I do take cognizance of the fact that people say we've done this a number of times, but we've never done what we're about to do. We are engaging stakeholders on the SIM registration. I'm sure that the news has made the round already that Cabinet has granted approval for the ministry to embark on a biometric SIM registration. I do take cognizance of the fact that people say we've done this a number of times, but we've never done what we're about to do. What we're about to do is the first time we're going to be having a biometric SIM verification. A lot of work has been going on behind the scenes. I mean, at my vetting, it was one of the things that came up, and I spoke about the fact that we will do a SIM registration. It's taking us over a year to get to this point, and that should tell you the amount of work that has gone in from the policy and from the regulatory side. The team at the NCA, led by the Director General, have put in a lot of man hours. Because as far as I'm concerned, the most important thing about this registration exercise must be that the public is put at the center of the entire process. The comfort of the public is at the center of the entire process. And so I won't bore you too much. I would field the questions because I know that a lot of you have sent requests to the ministry. You've sent me messages asking to have an interview with me, and I've stayed away from all the interviews. So we'll consider today, even though it's a stakeholder engagement, we've met with the chamber. In fact, the NTA has had multiple meetings with the chamber, but I've had one meeting with the chamber on this matter. We're meeting with you. There are a few other stakeholders that we will engage with, but the media is a critical part of our stakeholder engagement. But consider this your one-on-one interview with me. I know you'll ask your questions. We'll address them as much as possible. I'm happy that the optics should send a clear message on why this is a different process. In this room, it's not just me as minister, but in this room, you have the Director General of the NCA and the Executive Secretary of the National Identification Authority. At no point in our national history whether it was the first registration in 2010 or the 2021 to 2023, did you ever see the two heads of these two critical institutions sitting in one room to discuss the registration? And I think that this should be the foundation on which you start a conversation, so that nobody comes to ask, I'm preempting your question of why are we not using the old system? Clearly, this is a different system. All things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Thank you.
Yeah, Sam George, MP for Ningo Pram doubling as the Minister for Communication and Digital Technology. Which all things are passed away, and behold, all things are made new. Not just say, dear chum, say, near my fofro and eba, near my fofro and eba, no, and say, yan tum, na yan ye honti as ye. Say ye be call na ya kwa yes registration of our SIM card any idea, because it has to do with biometric. Na so much ma de mam yes lo wusu be ye no I link ye Ghana card to our SIM cards no. It's not biometric no omo anya ye ho niema bia wonsa ye bia betimi trace wonsa patterns bi wani ni ade say ye nya bi wom nti ye nya bi wom no e wo se esan ye no foforo na sync with the NIA fo no wo details a wo ewo na fa system ni mu nti say ye piki udin a ewo system ni betimi nya ho niema nyina together with NCNA telcos for just say a whole lot of explanations so Sam George, but some Ghanaians are saying they are very disappointed because enema you nankasa you spoke about you spoke about during a slow time now cassette I quite remember there've been even videos circulating of Sam George then when he was telling the NDC grassroots and the NDC supporters say new SIM cards now and they should not go and do nti say yes say SIM card one register one of SIM number na ejai say ye ufro bi enko bi from money ade am sure say maybe it could have even influenced most of the NDC supporters not to go and do the SIM card registration. And today we are here that we are going to do a whole SIM card registration again, and people are concerned about the fact say time consuming because ube free baby or ejuma mwakoto line. Everybody wants to get access to their SIM cards. Everybody wants to use their SIM cards without any hitches, any problems. Definitely you will be forced to go to the telco center to go and register your SIM, which is time consuming. Amafwebre displeasant in the decision from the communications minister Sam George say yen sound registration for all in the name of biometrics. Others are asking questions, can't we have other means, other ways you bet to me they are solving this particular issue without doing any registration again and all this. It is waste of the country's resources, it is waste of the taxpayers' money. Tax na de be amumbe repeating ya mama. So right from the NPP we've seen prepaid meters being changed yearly. Say SIM card so acquire say yearly be a best SIM card. Even at that, o share voters ID card kra. And there be ye be voters ID we buy ye be voters for we buy anti as a Ghana had party be about idea existed that no would have to go all over again and do it again say no utimi say yes since what type on chireni a woje wo Ghana for em say ade na for no it has reached here and they can no longer handle it again. And it raises a whole lot of conversations on the internet. Well, you can share your views and opinion about it in the comment section. Now you find same way in Ria still on the registration exercise near there kosono and a year okatechie free far one so join a conversation no ebia which you say like he doesn't understand or doing what one say how can Sam George just get up and come and tell us sanya registration biom. Now he has reviewed just we be some neni so adomusuko ema Ghana for yenya e wonti ase say TOY and Sam George we de no nti yema yeni enda ho ye be kwakotie eye okatechie free fa abusiane nsema we de etudwa with regards to the decision by the communications minister with regards to the registration of SIM card which him say enye re-registration but it is a registration yenko na yenkutie no.
Stop talking about you may see what my friend ayi bloggers bia almost say aban ye bibi a obeba me ama bibi no emfa kateche content bio na make kateche wo ye me den yan kosi hwe me na make kiro Rafik Mahama is on tape me ba make maboni din make maboni din o be ma ofa nko court me obetimi akama no atum ontimi nkama no ntum obeda timi akama no atum Ave Ibrahim Mahama koto private jet ba ya 2 minutes yes private jet no se no ama ka Mahama otu kwan ye nyeyi eti Ujaf Mahama wako President Mahama at the private jet he arrives in S0ns for a 4-day working visit anwa day Ibrahim Mahama ani yes Ibrahim Mahama jai Mahama jai sa ode manfo na dwene di agoro no wa na here private jet na nim se okasa wokoto amanfo no be kasa eti ene yesi de kwose se wunua kanda billionaire ana eye eti kanda billionaire na eto private jet dia se ntimi nka ho hwe afa private jet ibeduru ya na Mahama atia no president or co-state function now ye di jata aje ifa to beje golf said ye no om se champion yi we for private jet beje diamond mines eti ye man private jet wo de call ye no ano ana quickly wo de diamond mines no amani nuane se ha je kutu ye nyaska na enyo oman ya adwene nya adwuma akibetimi atena ma obi etimi de ayi go fields ene sankofa ene damai no de amani nua company and nobody talks about it media ni nyina yedin yetuatua media ne ka obi ayedin ani yese katachie no ne betimi aka me manu atum etua frefre bloggers se mamu mfa katachie content nyesa aye aban ye bibia ye mfrew usu uyi Ibrahim Mahama content ni free wa ye betua akasa ne ye ka me obeda aka manu atum me Bismarck bipua wo jitum se ontimi nka ne nuana no ntum da Bismarck go say bipua ontimi nka no ntum chief Nkrumah nim se wontimi nka katachie anu ntum ne enkama no ntum chena ka nipa ba akokura na etiem ya me ka no kora na akere no eti Mahama na epa ni plane ato anu onim se manfo no be kasanti wa hyada efise Mahama na ka kire se Kufuado nim se bomti ene oforiata ne hwahwan be wi ama no nto ono ade wo wia na se bomti no oforiata mo be wi ama ne dia ene ono Mahama no hwan na ewi ama no hwan na ewi ama no hwan eti Mahama hwan na ewi ama no hwan ya Enya Ibrahim plane bia hu enya Ibrahim ave ayo filosofosu kwache President Mahama's jet use didn't cost the taxpayer a dime. Itiri koto ade chen ya state only pays for fuel for private jet used by President Mahama kwache nipa ba ko yentua hwe ade chen we only pay for fuel eboa we only pay for fuel and we are there koka me nkrofo NPP foi wo maka wo manu atumo me hu ye ka de se de asia ba se Kufuado na ninua atimwo Kufuado ana ninua atimwo ana ninua koto private jet ye ana ye de diamond mines amano ye de gold fields amano ye de sankofa amano ye de minerals ya wo Ghana nyina hye nipa ba ko ne na busuafo nsa akiyebe kiane otu candice be yusu and NPP communicators will be ayedin Ibrahim Mahama asem yenkan wasem ogo kan Ibrahim Mahama say me de me old jet no aye air ambulance mo adwene mu ohanti air ambulance ye okwan ye fa so aye air ambulance efete Ibrahim Mahama private jet dada na air ambulance on akan na ni abon yensam ama no Ibrahim Mahama mo adwene sai me dwene ho amti ase mo adwene sai mo adwene sai onipa na koto private jet a eyejo Mahama dia ana wose ne dia da bia ni nua ba ban mu on top private jet ni nua ma ban mu on top private jet da na ye the gold face da mayama no ye the yama no media ni nyina ye di efise media ni nyina edidi NPP communicators enso a ye betimi aka ho asem no NDC NPP communicators ye nyina din fuchin na menena muona me ka se me nko an me hu de mu yan se menua wo che mai dan so mai o che mai menena ko way back o che mai dan so mai wono so MPP ni mapa we katechie mem koka menya asem na emu wachiman kan die ebia me kabi so ame wachiman say because of 10,000 Ghana cedis taken from Samijemfi my people are not talking about his issue. Hey, some of my NPP communicators, all eyes are watching you. Watching my NPP communicators, I did 10,000. We may make a many asem. Me koka yebe frame theater CCA. Yebe suman krofosi yamra metro Facebook say. Kadechie ni ye theater if say na no no kabiti akufo ado aban. Mo yare. Ajay. Emu adwo mo manenyo. NPP for say mo nya madwene say mo beka bibia tia adwo mama ban Ibrahim mama ye madamfo. Ayi Samijemfi emu nipa. Mo nka bibi ntia no a emu adwo a mo manenyo na menyima adwuma. Se mu adwo a mo manenyo na menyima adwuma. Me no kure kanti na me wo problem. Wo ka bi tia NPP aban na no. I me galamse hu nsam tia NPP aban. Yesa nya tumi magana fo hu ye mobo. Esa babio na mo kokotu manfo ni nsuo na mo se nsuo a me ka me se pa akwasi se me ka. Ene be man pabone fo ma menye. Emu adwo a mo manenyo. NPP fo. Mo suma nkrofo si yemra na yemetworo na katechie ye traitor. Mo na mo ye traitors. Mo a mo ba betu galamse ese manfo ni nsuo ema manfo ni bufu ye no. Mo na mo ye traitors. Enye me a me ka ye. Na nkrofo tia sankragwa na no mo nsuo ese no wo mo hia katechie me na kansa no mo nsuo mo hu sai. So ya ne ya adwen se emu adwo a mo mane nyina anyo ne yanko yanim. Wate? Oga kamso na katechie kan yi levy wo demonstration wo yi levy hunti. Wonu na me yelusu into a traitor. Se mu pe party no asem na mu nye traitors anka mu nkofa eye policies ma kanoforiata wakofa policy aba wa yotru so yin wadwane abetra America anka mu nkofa policy ma party no ho nya hi eti mu na mu ye traitors minye traitor mu na mu ye traitors minye traitor me ka asema kire mu se obi nye traitor anka niema wode be se mo bana ayi enkokorafo ne merewafo sika wo ho na mo bana mo de mo nsa kwototo mbotom se DDUP wa mo na mo mpe party no asem wo na Yesu Kristo baaye no wo baaye na ayi asofo ne mpanimfo adi asore nanim wo mo ye nioma tantan nioma kankan egu asore nanim as wo twe abaahwe wo mo no ontan asore no na emom ni yoyo na no wotan ye eti se mo amamu anyo na mo beye ana katechie ni ye traitor ene amonya madwene se mo petumi me ka kire mo pen emu adwo a ena no na twam amoma ne ntwam hwa na obi ankwose mrantere ne maba wanachi ana katechie no ye traitor na katechie no ye traitor mo na mo ye traitors afija se kire east no ameka se me wo interest wo eti na mo ye traitor no a me ye campaign am akufo ado 2016 me ne kwam ye plus ye kɔ rounds anadwo da suom ye campaign wo bia no wɔka kyem se me ye traitor hwa na mama mbu afu emu adwo manenyo insuro mu bia me anu ma se party ne ba bia abedu no e wo mse wo nyina nioma ne bu ho a wo sesa hwa na obi ankɔhyɛ nkola na chi na apɛ sɛ ɔkɔhyɛ akola achi a wo apie bra ne bɛka na me ka bi nkyerɛ wo insuro e ka asɛm akyerɛ wo asɛm bia ye ka no akufo ado pɛn so bia no it was based on conviction me anu medical ka so we bia nioma ne bu ho a wo nyini a na ogya ye eti bu ho a we went overboard, and as we grow, we will find a better way of addressing such issues. Now, so how will be Uncle Kola near church on Kwasi same Facebook. Oh, yeah, we are Bama now. We yes, Uncle Kwasi. Make a biachero. Make a biachero. Catch them. Means so. Mimiti, Bumfer Crassing your womb. Santiago, Minu Bianco, a Mokodi Mabemu 8 years by. Aban 8 years ma nya hwe ma mpa hwe enhu hiame mokɔ ya mo bae ahoɔfa no sɛ de tie saa na tie mokɔ ba foforo nso sɛ de tie yɛ saa na bɛtie hwe nsisa emu adwo a mo ma nanyo afigya sɛ kyerɛ is mesi me wo interest nya ma hunu hura ne bɛsɛ hwe ma hunu hura ne entimi sɛ hwe me wo interest yanko yanim ɔkyeman eti eze unu ya no so mo ntimi nkasa we nyame na meka ochiman na eka why eti mu wo eye ayibufo bi a mo fa nko ochiman so katechie koka ne se kim o mo ne katechie beko na katechie no ye traitor MPP mu betu bi amunyo niama yi o. Hwa na obi amehwemra me. Ye nyina yesi ye gyae ne akoyanim. Wade. Mo amoba betu galamse ne me amekan ye nyina ye de pe. Mo amudi E11 ba ye amanfo ne bufu ne me amekan ye nyina ye party ni ye pe. Mo amoba be ye mrewa didi yipi na moje mrewa ni sika. Ayi wopese ka dachie meka ansa na mrewa na hu se mofuma asem nkodo ho na menwene me ho. Na ye move on. Make my menchi a me mame na na ma agima kobia o say go for the seat mame wo na woska it is okasi ye nkọ dia ye beko me dem sim we interest me nka say me ko seat bia ne mo na mo yam hihye mo yo mame nchi me nua me ba wa so me muye pa Frank Entry MPP New York